A busy day at airports across the country as travelers got a head start on Thanksgiving trips. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Steve Price.
And I'm Kirsten Holmes. Instead of waiting until the holiday was closer, a lot of folks decided to beat the rush by taking to the skies and roadways early. Just yesterday, TSA reported a record-breaking day of travel. It was the highest U.S. airport security checkpoint volume for a single day since the pandemic started.
And that is just expected to increase as we head closer to the holiday over the next coming days. News 8's Heather Hope talked to travelers and has more on the story.
We talked to travelers here at San Diego International Airport saying they are getting ahead of the busy Thanksgiving travel season. Some saying it wasn't that bad, lines weren't that long, and those who are looking to get away said they definitely wanted to leave early.
But it's nice to beat the crowd.
Just we had the time off,
yeah.
So.
Not wasting any time, many travelers took this weekend to kick off their Thanksgiving trips.
Pleasantly surprised with how few people are here.
Stacy Wilson got to the airport 2 hours early with her daughters and dog Boomer.
We are headed to Huntsville, Texas to see Grandma and family for Thanksgiving. We chose to leave today so that we could beat the rush of Thanksgiving. We know it's going to be crazy.
Since the pandemic started, there have been crazy incidents in the sky that include fights with flight attendants over mask mandates. Travelers we spoke to say they're going to follow the rules.
We've talked about it, but we're going to do what we need to do, and that's all we can control. And we're going to be nice because the flight attendants are working over the holidays and the pilots, and we're so thankful that they've chosen to work so that we can go enjoy family.
We'll keep our masks on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we don't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah, and hope for the best.
As for some travelers flying into San Diego today, it was smooth sailing.
It's not as bad as it seems.
One couple from Denver said there were no delays, TSA worker shortages, or passenger drama.
No, it actually was, yeah.
You can't talk Thanksgiving travel without gas. It's all about family for Sean Holcomb. He got gas, but is only planning to drive locally.
Most of my family lives in San Diego, so we kind of had our little bubble to begin with last year, so not too much travel.
Avoiding the busy streets, Mary Ann will have guests come to her on Turkey Day.
Just home. Stay home.
Overall, after spending 2020 holidays at home, many didn't mind risking the travel rush to reunite with loved ones across the country.
Everybody was home. We were home. So, yeah, this is nice to get back and see family.
Well, there's still time to beat the big travel rush, whether either in the air or taking it by road. Wednesday is estimated to be the busiest time to leave for Thanksgiving. Heather Hope, News 8.
Thank you for that story, Heather. And on a busy weekend at the busiest airport in the U.S., air traffic came to a halt after a gunshot near the main security checkpoint. FAA briefly issued a ground stop after what was described as a security incident at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Atlanta police say the firearm discharge in the security screening area appears to have been accidental. No one was hurt. There's no word yet on how much the gunshot delayed takeoffs and landings.
And just in time for those driving this Thanksgiving holiday, gas prices, they keep going up and up. But there are some signs that could be at least leveling off. The average price in San Diego County rose for an 11th straight day to about $4.65 a gallon. It's now fewer than 7 cents a gallon away from the all-time record. Experts say the price of oil is finally trending down. That could give us some relief soon.
The last couple of weeks of last week, it was below $80 a barrel and stayed there. So that is a good indicator. We'll have to see if it stays that way. But what experts are saying are that they expect prices for oil and gasoline to go down in future weeks.
Believe it or not, we're not the highest in the state. California's average price is actually above ours. It's $4.70 a gallon, well above the national average, though, which is $3.41. Kind of seems like a bargain, $3.41.
I mean, it does right now when you're paying about $5.50.
I'd prefer like $2.50, but you know, it is what it is.
Well, if you're hitting the road in the coming days, what kind of conditions should you expect?
Meteorologist Sean Stiles joins us now with the first look at your microclimate forecast. Will it be a fun day to play Thanksgiving football or sit inside and watch it on the couch?
We're not going to go that far in this forecast, but I'm going to tell you right now from me to you that yes, it will. In fact, Thanksgiving will be fantastic, but let's look at the near future. We're talking about the Susan G. Komen 3-day is in town, one more day of it, and I looked at this shot and I said, boy, Mother Nature is presenting some pinkish purple skies, so since the color is pink for the Susan G, I thought, why not put that up there? Speaking of that, here's what we can expect for the walkers tomorrow. 79 as high pressure temperature ridges in here over Southern California. We'll start off a little bit cool, and as we look at the 3-day forecast, the warmest day being Sunday, then we slightly cool down, and then by the time we get to Tuesday, the onshore flow returns and we start to see some much cooler temperatures. No major chance of rain in the offing. And the same for the inland microclimates. By Tuesday, everyone cools down. Now, Steve and Kirsten, I will take a closer look at Thanksgiving coming up in just a bit.
Yeah, everybody's waiting on that Thanksgiving forecast. Thank you for that. Okay, so after investigating a possible new oil leak off Huntington Beach today, the Coast Guard now says it found no evidence of any oil. This after a small area of light sheen was reported earlier this afternoon in the same area as last month's pipeline rupture that spilled thousands of gallons of oil into the ocean. The Coast Guard will continue to monitor the area for any potential leaks.
Hey, have you seen this video yet? A wild scene on I-5 in Carlsbad Friday morning. People getting out of their cars. They were grabbing fistful of cash from the freeway. Well, tonight the FBI scouring social media posts to find the people who took that money and ran. If you picked up some of the cash, the CHP is giving you 48 hours from the time of the incident to return it to authorities. That means you have until 9 a.m. Sunday. The CHP office in Vista says that about a dozen people have already stopped by to return cash, and those who don't, they say, risk criminal prosecution. The search continues for an 82-year-old woman who went missing in Fallbrook more than 2 weeks ago. Elena Roy was last seen on camera back on November 3rd. News 8's Tim Blodgett went to Fallbrook to check up on the community's search efforts.
The search continues for Elena Roy. The at-risk senior hasn't been seen from Fallbrook for more than 2 weeks. Now the community is doing what they can to bring her home.
We are doing our own search because we just can't sit around and not do anything.
Outside Estrellas in Fallbrook this morning, a group of people wearing hiking boots and carrying walking poles looked over highlighted maps.
The search is broken up into teams with different territories. We have 4 coordinators, and we're organizing and keeping track of all the territory they've covered.
Doreen Swart is one of the leaders in today's search in southern Fallbrook. Swart and a few dozen friends and strangers are looking for Elena Roy, who was last seen November 3rd entering the grocery outlet in Fallbrook.
We actually have footage of her there. So it's been almost 3 weeks now that she's been gone, and we're devastated and we want answers.
Fallbrook police have been investigating but have not found any sign of the 83-year-old Roy, who they say is in an at-risk category and has a history of walking off. Family of Elena Roy say she is a delightful person and are hoping she'll be found soon.
My husband's grandmother is a wonderful person. She could light up a room. Wherever she's at, she doesn't deserve to be out there. She would want to be here with her family. So we just need to get her home.
As for the volunteers that showed up today, Swartz says it means the world that the community won't rest until Elena is brought home.
It warms my heart that everybody is helping us. Perfect strangers have came forward with information.
Tim Blodgett, News 8.
The Susan G. Komen 3-day walk to end breast cancer returned this year. Day 2 is wrapping up right now.
That means 40 of the 60 miles now in the books. News 8's Dana Marie McNichol caught up with the participants this afternoon.
Walkers are halfway through the 60-mile journey as they stop for lunch here at Mission Bay. I see a lot of smiles around me. They tell me their feet are sore, but spirits are still very high.
We're happy to be here, day 2. We're excited.
This marks the 18th year for the Susan G. Komen 3-day walk in San Diego.
It's a pink sea of love, hope, support for everybody.
2,300 participants will take over 7 million steps this weekend, all in the fight to end breast cancer.
Knees on the downhill, it's pretty bad. It's pretty rough.
From Del Mar and La Jolla all the way to Mission Beach Boardwalk, the pace is fast and the community is strong. They call it the pink bubble.
Survivors along the way that you meet and they share their stories, and you really are, touched like constantly. It's a roller coaster of emotions. You're crying, you're smiling, you're laughing.
Some are walking in memory of a loved one. Others are survivors. And Kiki Drimmel is currently a fighter in the middle of treatment with a powerful message.
Anyone who is diagnosed to never, never give up. There is something in each of us that can fight, and when we fight, we win.
We met Kiki at the opening ceremonies yesterday morning. She traveled all the way from France to walk for those who can't. She recently found out her cancer has returned for the third time.
Somebody is sicker than we are. So that's what I'm grateful for. I'm here, and even if I have pain, I'm gonna finish.
She walks with a supportive group of women that have stood by her side since the first diagnosis in 2005.
The sense of love, community, compassion, women have that solidarity. And even the men now, because we have more men joining the group, there is nothing like the 3 days.
Step by step, the Sea of Pink is constantly building each other up, an inspiration to keep going.
I'm already signed up for 2022, so that means I'm gonna be around. Yes!
In Mission Beach, Dana Marie McNichol, News 8.